I really do feel HR can have more of an impact within our organizations. So what I might say might seem radical or obvious, but I want to talk about the paradigm. And the paradigm is not working for us at the moment. Recently, HR has been really putting the human first, right? It's been an employee-focused market, labor shortages. That's really what we've been focusing on to bring people back into the organization, whether benefits and all things like that. And I think that's important because humans are the best, craziest, and keep our day very entertaining. You never know what's going to happen next. But I do feel that maybe, just maybe, we've put the human first and the resources second, like looking at what we can do within the organizations and focusing too much towards that way. Again, not that I'm saying we shouldn't focus on people, but we should also have that strategic element. If we sort of look at what we have to do, we have to escape this paradigm. So within your organizations, how is HR viewed? I would say we are probably viewed as paper pushers, not problem solvers, purveyors of doom and gloom rather than strategic partners. How many of us have been called Darth Vader, Captain No Fun, Merchant of Death? We've all heard it all. When someone says, you got to go to HR, what's your first thought? It is, man, I'm going to be fired, or I've done something wrong. And I think our reputation is deserved. I think if you think about it, we are responsible for compliance. We are responsible for terminations. Any problem that comes up in the workplace, it pretty much ends up on our desk one way or the other, which leads everyone to believe that we're the quick reaction force, just swooping in to solve problems and make it all go away. So imagine if we could add value beyond administering benefits, new employee orientations, and other tactical methods, utilizing some of the technology here today. Imagine if we proactively went after business and helped it grow. And that's what I want to talk about today. It's not having a seat at the table because we've had those SHRM CIPD conversations for the last 20 years, and nothing has really changed to help us get forward. What I want to talk about today is actively looking at it. It's going to be uncomfortable because we have to change the way that we think within HR. So how can we do it? Well, like I said, most people think of us as the fun police, doom and gloom, and policies. Once I got called a policy dragon, and because I was driven by compliance, and they saw us as mitigating risk by putting reactive policies in place. And I don't think reactive policies are always bad. We do need to put them in for behavior, and we do need to put them in for laws. I've had to deal with numerous lawsuits for small to medium-sized businesses because they don't bring in HR. They would rather bring in a lawn service to cut their grass and trim their plants before they bring in HR. And it may not seem like it if you work in a large organization, but a number of small to medium-sized businesses are winging it with no HR whatsoever. It's simply because they don't understand what we do, because we don't do a good job of educating people about everything we can do. So the traditional HR paradigm is holding us back. A very expensive police force. And that's the problem, is if we're largely reactive and administrative and transactional, we're very easily replaceable because we aren't adding value to the organization. This is the recent studies done last year. And if you can see it, 76% of C-suite saw us as mostly being main focus of processing and procedure. So if we believe we're strategic partners, if we do this, our reputation and scopes will change. So for example, if I ask you, how many of you know what the EBITDA is of your business? You know, a few of you? How many know what the bottom line is right now? Your growth market? What is sales achieving part of their quota this year in your organization? What's your marketing spend? What's your traction methodology? What's your cost of acquisition? Not many people can answer it. When we work as consultants, we're expected to know all this. We're expected to know every element of it financially.